Hello everyone, my name is Salim and welcome to the mini markets breakdown analysis for Friday the 24th of February 2023. We'll be breaking down the chart. We'll show you the exact zones where price could close above for potential buys or close below for potential sells as well. So looking at the previous daily candle closing bearish at 161,700, 161,710. So if you've seen the analysis that was posted yesterday, we were looking mainly for further sells. And the reason why is because we formed daily resistance and the 4-hour time frame was extremely bearish throughout the daily on Wednesday. So now what we know is the reason why we've had this big move on the Tuesday is because of the good data that we've had for flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI for the GBP. And what we know is when price moves that fast and that high, like these big moves, usually price corrects itself. So we anticipated for further correction and also for a retest of this previous daily resistance. The analysis that I posted on the mini markets website on the market analysis section, our second target was 161,690, and if you drop down to the hourly time frame, what we can see is the analysis played out to the T, and that's where price has formed support. So now to break down the chart, better off to go to the weekly and see what's going on. So now on the weekly, what we can see is the weekly is retracing. This is a big retracement on the weekly time frame. And now we don't know whether price is just rejecting or if price is going to now a daily candle on Friday, potentially forming a daily support or maybe retesting this previous daily support. So now dropping down to the 4-hour time frame. And what we can see is we've got the most recent 4-hour support at 161,500. Our most recent 4-hour resistance is at 162,800. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, and we've got more recent support and resistances. So we've got most recent support at 161,710. Our most recent resistance is at 161,890, 880, 890. So dropping down to the 5-minute time frame is the same level of support and resistances. On a 15-minute time frame, however, we've got a 15-minute resistance at 161,970. Now, this is a very small range to allow price to consolidate, knowing that price has done a big retracement on the daily and the weekly it's rejecting, right? So what I would say is to look for potential buys. I would say I'm going to adjust this to this previous hourly high, now dropping down to the 30-minute time frame. So I'd say potentially we could look for sells, for buys, once price close above this previous 1-hour support. For potential sells, because that's also a 15-minute support as well. For potential sells, so we've got this, so on the 4-hour time frame, we have this 4-hour support. On the hourly time frame, we have a support in here. So I could adjust this to 161,470. Let's drop down to the 30-minute time frame. And now we can see is this is a decent support on a 30-minute time frame. Now to look for sells, we have to wait for price to close below 161,470, 480. And this is going to be a no trade zone. We're just going to make it a little bit more clean to visualize. Now to look for potential buys. And I'd say for buys, the daily's bearish, the 4-hour time frame bearish. We've got this 4-hour resistance. Dropping down to the hourly time frame, this is clean traffic on the left, and then dropping down to the 30-minute time frame, we have this previous 30-minute support at 162,620. Dropping down to the 15-minute time frame, and we have this previous 15-minute support at 162,580. So I'd say our first target for buys would be 162,580, targeting this previous 15-minute support. Because when you go on the 4-hour time frame, that's also this previous 4-hour resistance. So the whole idea why I'm looking for this as a first target is because we don't know where the price is going to actually tap into this 4-hour resistance. So you always want to secure before you get into like a big form of like resistance, like the 4-hour resistance or the daily resistance. Our second target for buy, could be this 4-hour resistance, which is the hourly resistance, and obviously that's a 30-minute resistance as well, at 162,800. Now to look for sells, going back to the daily, and I think sells are going to be really hard because we've had this small candle on the daily, meaning price has consolidated on the 4-hour time frame and the hourly time frame. Now what we can see is we've got a 4-hour support at 161,310, dropping down to the hourly time frame, and what we can see is we've got this decent 1-hour support at 161,230. Potentially that could be our first target for sells at 161,230. The second target for sells, let's have a look. I would say let's look for the 30-minute time frame. Potentially could be 161,030.